Grass. Grass is so good. I love me a meal of grass.
Oh, hello Sunday school kids. My name is Nick the Sheep. How are you today? I'm just enjoying a lovely meal of grass.
It's my favorite.
Did you know, guys, that Psalm 23 is one of my favorite Psalms? And that's because in this Psalm we are reminded that Jesus is our shepherd and we are his sheep. And we trust him every single day of our lives. But, you know, like sheep, sometimes we forget the lessons that Jesus teaches us. And we need to be reminded. So that's what we're going to do today. After I've finished eating my awesome green meal of grass, we're going to talk about some of the things that we've learned over the last little bit. So I'm going to finish here and I'll see you guys in just a bit.
Grass, oh, so good. So good.
Ooh, what is this?
That's gross.
Oh, hello Sunday school kids. Don't mind me. I am just exploring my environment, sniffing things. But welcome to our Worship Sunday today. And if you guys remember, Worship Sunday is a time where we take the time to worship God. But we also use this week to remember some of the things that we've learned over the past 4 weeks. So that's what we're going to do. Let's jump back in time, starting with Palm Sunday. Now you guys remember that day we told the story of Easter right up until the end of Good Friday. And we spoke about how Jesus rode into Jerusalem on a donkey on Palm Sunday. And everyone was so excited, they were going wild, they were praising God and they were throwing their cloaks on the ground and what? Palm branches. And that's why we call it Palm Sunday. And then we also spoke about Maundy Thursday, a day where Jesus gave us a new command, to love other people as he has loved us. And that's a very good thing for us to do in life. And then he gave us the Eucharist, the bread and the wine to symbolize his body and his blood and a new relationship that we have with him because of how he died on the cross. And that leads us to Good Friday, a sad day when we remember how, well, Jesus died on the cross for you and for me because, well, you and me, we and all of humanity had all done some bad stuff, we'd all sinned, and instead of punishing us, Jesus took the punishment of God on himself and he died on the cross. So that was Palm Sunday, the day that we told the story of Easter right up until Good Friday. But then, the next week we spoke about Easter Sunday, and it was a day of celebration because it's the day when we remember how Jesus rose from the dead. And do you remember what happened? We traveled back in time, 2,000 years in the past, to see part of that story for ourselves. And there were some women at the tomb, and they brought spices to give Jesus' body a proper burial. But then they realized that Jesus' body wasn't there. Why wasn't it there? Because he had risen from the dead, and that was so exciting. And they ran and they told the disciples this good news that Jesus had risen from the dead. And that's what we do on Easter Sunday every year, is we celebrate how Jesus has risen from the dead. Okay guys, so now we're going to go into a time of worship. We're going to have 2 songs and then we're going to come back in just a little bit. See you now. Bye. Well, welcome back from worship, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. We're going to talk about the next 2 weeks now. I'm going to just move over here. All right, guys, let's go back 2 weeks to a session called I Have Questions, where we spoke about how sometimes in our faith we might have doubts, we might have questions that we're not able to answer. And we used the story of doubting Thomas to talk about this. You remember how Jesus, after he rose from the dead, met with his disciples for the first time, but Thomas wasn't there. And so Thomas didn't believe that Jesus rose from the dead. And we spoke about how sometimes we have these questions, and just because we don't understand or just because we don't see the answers doesn't mean that it isn't real or that it doesn't exist. We just need to look a little bit more, search a little bit deeper to find the answers. And as time goes on, things become a little bit clearer. Just in the case with Thomas, how things became a little bit clearer over time because Jesus met with the disciples again, and Thomas was there and he saw Jesus, and so he believed that Jesus was actually alive. And then last week, guys, we had a session called Big Questions, where we had some very important questions that I asked and I gave answers for. The first question was, is God real? And we said, yes, God is real, because we just need to look at creation and see that everything is so perfect, and it makes sense to believe that God is real. And then the second question we had is, well, why does God let bad things happen in the world? And we said, well, God doesn't let bad things happen. He doesn't want bad things to happen. People do bad things, and that's why we have bad things in the world. In fact, God has given us the 10 Commandments to help us do good things and not bad things. So God doesn't let bad things happen. And then we had a third question, did Jesus really rise from the dead? And we said, of course he did, and we gave a whole bunch of reasons for that. And then the final question was, can we trust the Bible to tell the truth? And we said, well, yes, we can, because the main story comes out so obviously right throughout the Bible. And so, yes, we can trust the Bible to tell the truth. So those are the 4 big questions that we had. And guys, if you are confused about any of the lessons we've just recapped, go and pick one of the videos you want to watch, maybe your favorite one, and watch it again. We're going to go into a time of worship now, another 2 songs, and then I'm going to tell you about the activities we have for today. We will see you now. Welcome back after worship. Hope you guys had a great time worshiping God. Guys, our activities for today, we have 2 activities, one for the older kids and one for the younger kids. They will be available on our website. Like the last 2 times, there will be a button that you can just click and download them. For the older kids, we have a crossword, and for the younger kids, we have coloring pages. So guys, whoever's with you, ask them to help you go to our website and just click those buttons and download them. Do your awesome activities and decorate them if you want. If you want to send us a picture, we enjoy getting your pictures. So as always, thank you guys. Guys, that is all that we have for today. We are going to love and leave you now until next time. We will see you next week. Bye-bye.